So we're not able to recognize fear when it's happening in the moment. So um, the way I like to describe emotional intelligence, it's knowing what we're experiencing as it's happening,
Mhm.
not reflectively looking
Right.
back and saying, "Oh, that was fear." Uh, we're working in the direction of knowing when it's actually happening, right? That's related to the way our nervous system and brain interpret and process energy or sensations and energy in our body, in our system. So, because of the past, our system is actually allergic to uncomfortable energy, which you could call fear. It's just a lack of ease. It's just dis-ease, right? Which would come with a lack of presence, and it would come with the future, right? So, when I use the word fear, I'm talking about the energy, not anything happening outside or gonna
Gotcha.
So you can plan without agitation and without fear. It's you just planning. Uh, and then maybe when you're done planning, you just move on to whatever it is you're doing right then. Like if you're cutting a carrot, you just cut a carrot, and you're not giving a lot of attention to planning and figuring out. Do you see what I mean by that? But if you've just lost your job, it's likely that it's gonna be a frequent process of knowing, okay, just relax, and you're probably gonna have to work a little bit at being present and staying out of all that sort of catastrophizing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All those mental formations is what the way some cultures refer to it. They call it vritis, mental formations, um,
Yeah.
that we don't know how to let go of, that they attract our attention like gravity. Um, and so we don't know how to keep our attention at the center of gravity in our belly. We're just not familiar with how to do that. The body and our neurophysiology, meaning the way our hemispheres communicate, like everything inside is disconnected. And so our brain is allergic to that uncomfortable energy as it comes up. You can call it like a contraction, like a you know. Um, so the way that we become more familiar with how to know something uncomfortable is happening in the body is by sitting down on a regular basis and allowing our nervous system to heal, become more balanced, to become readjusted because of everything that's happened in our life. And so the reason we can't identify fear, primarily how the body is operating, literally how the hemispheres don't communicate, the frontal cortex, the limbic system, there's just an internal form of disconnection. So when an energy comes up in the body, uh, you could refer to it as feminine, when energy comes up, we have no idea. The left hemisphere doesn't even know how to communicate with the right hemisphere, doesn't know how to identify it, doesn't know how to just take a breath and notice that the heart rate is elevated and the breathing patterns have changed, right? And so
Mhm.
it's kind of paradoxical. The body becomes more capable. We become more capable of identifying fear once we give our nervous system attention on a regular basis.